Hello everybody and welcome back to the Nightwalkers. Today I want to bring up something that one of the members had brought to my attention. My video on negativity and good and evil and how we always end up looking at the bad things in life instead of the good things in life. It might be important to address one thing that just about every person faces eventually in life. Depression. Depression can get so bad to the point of where you feel like you're broken. A broken piece of what you used to be. And it doesn't have to be that way. Now, depression is diagnosed by having symptoms of feeling sad for over 2 weeks, a change in your appetite, weight gain, weight loss, sleeping too much, not sleeping enough. There's actually quite a bit of different criteria for it, but it is something that we all face. Now, we've all been sad here and there. Somebody passes, or we don't get a job that we want. Yeah, there's a feeling of sadness. But that's different than depression. Depression is more long-lasting, and for some people it's a chronic illness. Actually, for a lot of people it's a chronic illness. Night shift, we tend to face depression a lot more than others. We have a lot more of this quiet time by ourselves to where we can think and reminisce on everything that's going wrong with our lives. But it's time to start looking at the good things. Now, when you go through depression, it starts to feel like the world's never going to start looking up again. You get stuck in a rut. Don't mind the racing motorcycles going down the road. But if you do get to that point of depression to where you start feeling helpless, and you don't feel like you're snapping out of it, you start having any thoughts of suicide whatsoever, contact a professional, get help immediately. Alright, we've lost way too many people because they were too afraid to speak up, and we can't have that no more. So if you feel like you're snapping like a twig, it might be time to get some professional help. Rely on your friends, rely on your family. You know, as the Nightwalker, I'm always here for you. I try to make myself available to talk with you whenever I can. Now, I want to bring up a few things that you can do to start looking at the brighter side of life. First, a lot of people feel alone. They start feeling alone in their problems. They start feeling like they have nobody to talk to. Fact is, you do. You're not alone. Everybody has gone through this. Everybody will go through this if they haven't already. If they manage to avoid depression their entire lives, they have done something tremendous that not many people can do. You got to start looking past those negative things and start looking at the positive. Start looking at what you do have. It might not be much in your eyes, especially when you're going through hard times. It's hard to look at something as it's being good, but they're out there. For those of you that are parents, even if you don't have custody of your child and you only get to see them once in a while, you still have a reason to be here. You still have that life that you are able to smile every time you see them. You're their life. You're their reason for waking up every morning. Let them be yours. Okay? Other things you can look at. You don't even have to have much personal belongings. You could lose everything you have, be homeless on the street. One friend. If you're able to even help one person, then you do have a purpose here. You have a purpose on this earth. It's hard to say that everybody has a reason to be here, but you know what? It's true. If when you conquer your depression, you can teach somebody else how to get out of theirs or help them get out of theirs, then you serve a purpose. You got to start looking at things from a different direction. If you're having a hard time coping with a loss or with an addiction, go to other people that are also having the same problems, and you can start helping each other. You can pull each other out from the giant hole that you feel like you've dug yourself into. Every night when we go to work, every day when we go to sleep, you have to find some positives. Take a couple minutes, instead of dwelling on the things that are going wrong, and start looking at the things that are going right. I promise you, if you look hard enough, you're going to be able to find one thing at least. It might be hard at times, but do it. It's worth it. Take a couple minutes, focus on it, and get it done. If you're having a hard time, you know you can always come to the page. We got the Nightwalker Confidential that you can come to and go ahead and vent. We have all these different outlets that I'm trying to get set up for everybody so that you're never alone and that you realize you're never alone. We got to start looking at the brighter side of life, even though we enjoy the dark side. There's many suggestions that we can have. Sometimes when your depression gets to the point to where it's uncontrollable, you do have to go on medicines. Don't be afraid of them. It doesn't mean that you're going to be on it your whole life. You may be able to come off of it very quickly. But it's a slow healing process. Medicines like that take a couple weeks to kick in. But please, I can't stress it enough. I've been to enough funerals. I know enough people that have been to enough funerals. We don't need any more suicides. Alright, we're in stressful careers. It's stressful working overnight. Those who are working swing shifts, 2 days or 2 weeks of days, 2 weeks of nights, all of this is hard on us. It's harder than what we say because we don't want to speak out to others. We don't want to feel weak. But I promise you it's not weakness, it's strength. When you're strong enough to reach out and accept help, you've already accomplished something major. And now, once you do that, you're going to have a support group so large that you've never imagined that you'd have this many people caring about you. All right. This is starting to drag out a little bit. I'm already well past 6 minutes, and I don't want to bore you. But please, if you are having signs of depression or somebody that you know is, or one thing I do want to comment on, if you ever hear somebody say that they want to hurt themselves or they've considered suicide, the concept of people that talk about it don't do it is a lie, okay? Just because somebody's talking about it does not mean they're not going to do it, and actually they may. That's their reaching out. That's their turning point. They want help. Be that help. Don't call somebody weak. Don't sit there and try to hold it against them as they can't handle life. Not everybody's as tough as everybody else. You don't have to be. So be that leaning post. Be that person that helps somebody out. I promise you, if you make a difference in somebody's life for the positive, you're going to feel that much better. If you ignore it and something bad happens, it's something that you're going to have to try to find an answer for within yourself. You don't want to get to that point. Our goal here is to help everybody out, help everybody through the night, and just make life a little bit better. I want to do a couple more videos of this in the future, come up with a few different ways that maybe we can see the positive in things a little better than the negative. But it does exist, and I want you to know that. As the Nightwalker, I love every one of you. If you ever need anything, I try to go out of my way to help you out or talk to you or whatever you need. You know that. Just come to the page if you need it. Come to the confidential. Message me privately. Whatever you need to do, that's fine. I'll try to make the time for you. I promise. It's time we start pitching in together and helping each other out and making this world a better place. We can't tolerate the depression anymore. We can't tolerate the negativity. We got to start taking a new attitude towards life and start looking into the positive. It's time to go nocturnal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming to the page and coming and watching my videos on YouTube. Please feel free to share everything I put up. It's all for you. Visit us on Facebook at the Nightwalkers International, and through that we can help you get to the other groups, such as the Nightwalker Confidential or the Singles Connection that we have going. Alright, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night for now, and if you need anything, you know where to find me.